Okay, so the RV is at the shop. The game plan right now is they're going to look at it. The main mechanic there looked at our leaf springs on the back and actually said that they look pretty good, that they're not sagging or anything like that, and we could definitely ride on those is what he told us. And so we are considering that. Now, when you have the air suspension, it probably helps you ride a little bit, be a little bit more stable, but I was really worried that our leaf springs, because we haven't changed those, were too old. But apparently they're looking pretty good. So the game plan is he's going to look up parts for us, kind of give us estimated timeline of when those parts would come in, when he'd be able to work on it. And from that, then we'll decide, do we go ahead and let him repair or add something to our RV for a better ride? Or do we just go ahead and start heading to Montana anyway? The drive over actually wasn't too bad. It actually handled pretty good.
The drive over to the repair shop.
The drive over to the repair shop. So without using the bags, because I just deflated the other side. And it actually went pretty well.
It kind of handled better than it did yesterday.
We'll see. Right now we're waiting on a call. And we'll go do some shopping for the RV. We got to get little tension rods because I went around a corner and about everything flew out of our refrigerator. So we just have one big tension rod between our hallway and the fridge door holding it closed. So we're going to try to get some small ones so we can do each little shelf in there.
Yeah.
We went to the auto shop. He looked at it. Couldn't get parts in he might have gotten a part in tomorrow, but he's booked up Friday and every other place, didn't want to touch the RV. But he did tell us that our leaf springs looked really good and that we really didn't need our airbags if we wanted to take off. We'd be safe. I can feel the car, the tow dolly a little bit more pulling wise, just kind of the movement of it. But other than that, I'm not getting that kind of topple turny, feeling, which is really good because that's really scary. Now we're leaving. It's about 2 or 3 o'clock, going straight through Kansas City at that time. That's a horrible plan. We're in the midst of traffic. And we have under a fourth a tank of gas. So we're definitely not seasoned travelers.
One of the best things about road tripping in your house is snacks. Hey everybody, so last night we stayed in South Sioux City in an RV park. We drove about 300 miles, maybe a little bit more, but that was pretty good for the late start that we got to the day because of our blown airbag, or not airbag, but our blown air spring. So today we are hoping that nothing else goes wrong and that we can just have a good day of travel. We woke up and we used our kitchen and made breakfast, and last night we just heated up some leftover Thai food for dinner, which was so cool because it's just so convenient to have your entire house just right there with you and working. Working is key. So today we don't really know where we're gonna stop yet. I think we're just gonna drive until we can't drive anymore. It's really windy this morning. There's 30-mile-per-hour winds, which I'm not looking forward to because when we started our drive off in St. Louis, it was super windy and it just felt very, very scary. So I'm hoping because our air springs are deflated now, we're sitting a little lower. Hopefully we don't get tossed around as much, and hopefully we can drive out of this wind.
Morning to 6 p.m. this evening. What? Northwest winds 25 to 35 miles an hour with gusts up to 50 miles an hour expected.
So we got on the road from Sioux City, and the Weather Channel was saying that average winds today are about 30 miles per hour, and there are wind gusts of up to 50 miles per hour. So we got on the road and we could feel it. It's been super stressful and really terrifying. It's just pushing us all over the road. Brian's doing a really good job, but it's not supposed to stop until tonight, and we don't think we can drive fast enough to drive through it. So we're stopping in, is this Bedford, South Dakota. We're gonna try and park the rig behind a building so that we're not in so much wind. We're gonna do some computer work, do some video editing, and then sleep and head out tonight when the wind is supposed to get back down into the single digits. So this has not been an easy trip.
Oh, this sucks. It's really frustrating that we can't just get on the road and drive. It seems like everything's against us. From being delayed in Kansas City with a blowout of our airbag to now we're going to be delayed until this wind dies down because it's just not safe to drive. I mean, our whole RV is just like leaning with each wind gust, and I'm having to only drive like 40 miles per hour just to keep it safe. And so I guess we'll hunker down here and try to get some computer work done and at least stay safe, and then maybe try to drive later tonight when the wind's supposed to be a lot less and there'll be less traffic, which would be nice. So it's just really frustrating. You know, we just want to get on the road and enjoy this road trip, and it's not been enjoyable. It's just been really stressful. We are done over at Burger King working on some stuff. We came back to the RV. We're actually parked at a truck stop so that we're out of the way. And we took a little nap because we knew we weren't going to get to travel until later tonight, and then try to make up some time tonight while the roads aren't busy. We are fixing some dinner. That's the great thing about traveling in the RV, is that we have a place where we can sleep back in our bedroom. And then now we're making some grilled cheese and soup before we hit the road. And so that'll kill a little more time and let the wind die down even more and feed us for a long night of travel. So we probably won't film too much tonight because it'll be too dark. But here's to hopefully making up some of the miles that we missed today. And we'll let you know in the morning where we're at. See ya. Good morning. So we drove to about 12 last night and ended up stopping just outside the Badlands in South Dakota. It was really nice. The winds had died down. Megan was right. We really needed to stop for the day because those winds were just too dangerous. And so last night there was hardly any winds and nobody on the road, and we could really cruise and tick off some miles. And so we drove for I'd say probably about 5 or 6 hours, covered about 300 miles, I would say. And so now this morning, we stopped at a truck stop and decided to get some sleep there. We slept a little bit. And now since we're just outside the Badlands, we've decided, you know, why not go see it? So we're gonna drive just up the road a little bit where we can drop off Big Betty, and then we're gonna unhitch our car and then go to the Badlands and let you guys see a little bit of that. And then we're even gonna drive a little further, and once we get to Rapid City, kind of head south a little bit off our path and see Mount Rushmore, because we're gonna be 30 minutes away from it, and you know, you gotta go see those things. So today's gonna be a fun day.
Hi, Betty. I'm really excited to see the Badlands. It's
Yeah.
gonna be cool.
Me too. And this is the first time we've actually gotten out in the morning.
Yeah.
What we did is we left Big Betty at a Conoco, where we could just kind of park it, and then we pulled the car off the tow dolly, and we're just going to take the car back here on the scenic route. We didn't know if Big Betty could make it on the scenic route, so we just thought, well, why risk it?
So here in the Badlands, there's 2 campgrounds that you can stay in if you're bringing a trailer or something like that. But if you're gonna go tent or backpacking, you can basically take a trail in through the Badlands, but they say that they suggest you to just go on your own trail to see something amazing. And as you can see, the scenery is just crazy. There's nothing else like it. Traders who were bringing their goods in through the area, they called this the Badlands because they knew it was not a good place to bring all of your goods. It doesn't have a lot of water here, and it has some pretty crazy temperatures apparently during different seasons. So neat. It's crazy.
Well, we did a little half-mile hike, and it's really cool. We're at the end of the trail, as you can see. It's really cool because it's like a big playground. You just follow these yellow stakes, and that's your trail. And so you can go all kinds of different ways. And so it wasn't too bad of a hike. We picked probably the perfect time. There's nobody out here. And
it's cool, but it's not too windy. It's not
right. It's not too
hot.
cold. It's like the perfect hiking weather.
Yeah. Waldrug is a town. We've seen signage for this Waldrug for literally 2 days of travel.
Yeah.
We're not joking.
Their marketing budget must be huge.
Well, they're not right off the highway. I mean, they're in a small town off the highway, but they're not right off the highway. So I guess to get you here, they got to advertise. But it's kind of cool.
They have everything here. They have a cafe, they have a restaurant, they have an ice cream shop, they have boots for sale, Western wear.
10,000 boots.
I mean, crazy amount of stuff.
empty. It's like a ghost town.
Yeah. It's kind of cool that they're renovating. I'm sure it'll be nice, but it's inconvenient that we're here when they're renovating. So we can't get any closer, but
We can go that way.
at least they're pretty big. This was really cool to see. I'm glad we could kind of go off the road a little bit and see this. Going up the mountain in Big Betty was a little scary. And so now probably what we'll do is we're actually going to unhitch the car so we have a little less weight. Megan will take that down and then I will slowly go down the mountain in Big Betty. So hopefully that goes well.
And our hearts are a little broken. We have no idea what we're gonna do. No clue.